All right, welcome back, everybody. It's the Game Master. I'm sure you guys will just finished watching my last series here. Finished up with getting a Bards and Ultra Ending on Adam, and decided to tackle a different rogue game, or rogue type game. This one's called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Um, it's a little bit more difficult, I think. A couple things I'll go ahead and show you here on the front page. I'm actually playing through the web here uh, on theirs, and so I'm logged in. So you can actually obviously you can download the game, or you can just play on the server. If you play on the server, it keeps track of your score, so you can kind of see how you do against other people. You can watch other people's games. You see there's a bunch of people playing right now. You can also participate in the newest version that isn't out yet. It's the DCCS or DCSS trunk. That will be version 17, and apparently that one's still in production there. We're actually going to be playing on the current version, which is .16. All right, we'll go ahead and pick our dude here. Now you'll see here in this game that we have a lot of races to work with. This is actually the race screen. We're going to pick Spriggan because it's the fastest class, and it allows us to run away from stuff. And with the particular build that I'm using, that's going to be key. Um, I'm going to be using a Stabber build for this playthrough. See how good we can do here. It kind of fits my play style. I'm not too much of a melee person, but there's basically three main builds. Uh, there's basically your melee build, which is going to be have a melee character with little or no magic skills, and you just run around beating on stuff. There's the blaster build. That will be like a magic user that uses very powerful magic user spells and focuses mainly on magic. This one's called Stabber build. This one basically I will be using magic obviously, but I'll explain how this build works here. We'll kind of get into it. Now our pick's going to be the Enchanter. Now, see, we have a bunch of different classes that we can pick. Some of them are grayed out. Doesn't mean we can't pick them. We still can. It just means that the game doesn't feel it's a good fit for the race we've chosen. So that may or may not be the case. But we're going to go ahead and pick the Enchanter. All right. Now, the only bad thing about this is we start off with a really crappy spell. The spell that we have is Corona, and it's like complete shit. All it does is it makes it to where it's a little bit easier to hit creatures. Okay, all right. So we can't hit creatures hardly at all. We got a +1 dagger. All right, so that's fine. So basically, for the first level, it's going to be kind of up in the air. It's a possibility that I might get killed here on the first level. What I have to do is I have to find some creatures that I can actually beat. Okay, got stabbed there on that bat. You notice that before I went to the bat, that's the creature I just killed. It actually had a couple Z's beside its name. That means it was asleep. Okay, if creature's asleep, you can run up and hit it, and you get what's called a stab. Uh, and I'm trying to get away from this goblin here. Pick that ring up. Let's see. Okay, now I can probably handle the kobold. The goblin is a maybe. Uh, oh, I need to set my skills. I always forget to do that, but that's the first thing you need to do before you actually kill anything. Is go into the skill screen and decide what skills you're going to work on. Now, the way this game works here on skills is basically when you gain experience, obviously that counts toward your level, but it also counts toward your skills, and you can decide which skills gain the experience and which don't. All right, so the more skills that you have going, the less experience because it splits it between them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and turn off everything but stealth until we get stealth to say about 7. And the reason I want to be at 7 when I actually backstab something, there is a numerical value involved. Usually you'll see it's a one hit, but it may not be in one hit. It depends on how many hit points the creature has versus how much damage it do. And the way the game calculates that for stabbing purposes is it takes your stealth score, adds it to your short blades or whatever weapon you're using. In this case, we're always going to be using a dagger, so that's going to be short blades. So that would put us at 5.5, and you then divide that by 2 because it's an average. All right, so in that case, that'd put us at 2 something. All right, so that means it has like a chart, and it looks on that chart and sees, all right, 2, and it has like a number associated with the amount of damage you're going to do above or base. All right, so I looked at that chart. You can find the chart on the wiki. That's where I did the research on that, and it actually go up to 1,000. So at some point, just and there's just like you can be able to one hit almost anything in the game, but we're ways off from that. Okay, all right, we're getting a lot of goblin action here. Uh, okay, so what I want to do is I want to actually get that up to about the fourth mark. That's usually sufficient for the first few levels. Okay, so if I can get a stab on this guy. Okay, he didn't wake up. Good, I can kill that. Definitely kill the rats. Okay. Alright, so it's a few more creatures, and when we gain level 2, we'll be in the driver's seat, because we'll get an actual spell that we're going to use for our spec. I'm going to go ahead and try to take this dude out here. The goblins have just a good chance of hitting me as I do them, and of course, I only have 9 hit points, so this is a maybe. Alright, I managed to get it. Okay. Alright. Now, right now, I'm manually exploring until I gain my. Well, actually, I don't have to manually. Okay, see what happened there? I actually hit the O button and my character jumped to a new space. What happened is he actually explored. And it's like an auto explorer. Alright, so that allows you to automatically explore the dungeon. It'll pick up items that are queued for automatic pickup. If it sees an item that it doesn't recognize, like that leather, so that's not queued, so then it'll stop and see what I want to do. Okay, alright, so let's try to save on this dude. Okay, stealth went up. Now, so our stealth's up. That's good. Okay. And one of the things about this particular class, or race rather, uh, is I'm tiny and I cannot use many weapons and most armor. Alright, so the only armor that a Spriggan can use is for the purposes of like chest armor. He can use the robes, which you start off with the robe, and he can use dragon armors. That's the only armors that he can use on his chest. He can use a cloak, uh, and I think that's about it. I can use a shield, but only a buckler, which we don't have yet. Okay, so he can't use like helms. Oh, he can use a hat. I'm sorry. He can use a like hat, but not a helm. And he can't use gloves or boots. Okay, so he's limited in that respect. Uh, it says he has supernaturally acute eyesight. That means he can see invisible. He's an herbivore. That means he doesn't eat meat. Cover ground extremely quickly. As I stated earlier, he's really fast, so he's the fastest class, and he doesn't have to consume a lot of food. Okay, so because he's not able to eat meat, that means I can't eat corpses. So you notice that guy left a corpse, but we can't eat it. Okay, moving on here. See if we can get a stave on that guy. All right, got it. Okay, bats kind of fly around. Alright, okay, we're level 2. Now we're in business. Okay, so we'll go ahead and read our first real spell that we're going to use. That's Ensorcelled Hibernation. Spell tries to lower its target's metabolic rate, including hibernation. Alright, so what that'll actually do is that will put a creature to sleep. Okay, if it's successful, it has a chance. Okay, now that's going to be like our main spell that we're going to be casting here. And I'll explain how that works here in a second. We got a free stab there. That's pretty cool. So I'll classify something as a free stab. If I didn't have to use any magic points to incapacitate the creature, it's free. Okay. So we're going to try our spell here. Now, um, okay, did I not learn that spell? What the heck? I clicked yes. Okay, whatever. I don't know why I didn't learn that spell. And that's not good. Okay, concentrate here for a little bit. I don't understand what happened there because I know I clicked yes. Maybe you have to click a capital Y. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna run down here and see if I can actually learn it. All right. Okay. And verify that we do have our spell. Yeah, we do. Okay. Alright, that's a miss. So we have 50% chance. Okay, so he's asleep now, and I can just backstab him. Okay, alright, so that's basically the way this spec works. You incapacitate a creature with our various spells that we use to incapacitate them if they're not already asleep. Sometimes creatures, obviously are asleep when we first run up to them. But, they have a chance of waking up. That's based on our stealth score. Okay, and I always want to be one space away from a creature when I do that because he has a chance of waking up. So he would get a saving throw to wake up if I was two spaces away and had to move a space toward him. And it's a chance that could happen, so we don't want that to happen. It probably will, as I sometimes I cast it when I'm two spaces away, but that's something I'm trying to get out of. Okay, we got that guy down. Alright, yeah, we're okay. You're okay on that. Alright. Usually you're okay to cast it when you're two spaces away or one space away. Now what I'm going to do here, let's see. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, never mind. We're going to the next level. Okay. Okay, got that guy down. We haven't hit level 3 yet. We'll get our next spell at level 3, and that's Confusion. Okay, that's good stuff. 6, 7, almost where we want to be. Oh, cool, an amulet. That's good. Well, alright, so you can get a free stab there, but it'll be okay, I guess. Lobby amulet. And alright, so picked up a ring. I didn't notice that. Okay. So that's a ring of protection from cold. That's fine. Amulet of regeneration. Mm, okay, yeah, fine. Well, leave it on. I think it actually increases the amount of food that we use, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Okay, I don't want to be getting attacks from both of them at the same time. Oh, actually, I'm out of match points. Alright, so we'll go back upstairs and rest for magic. Alright, got him. Alright, level 3. Now, we'll pump intelligence. Um, that's a judgment call. In past games, you notice my strength is really low. And there's things in the game, creatures in the game, situations where your stats can be drained. So I was a little afraid about at some point getting drained to 0 on my strength, so I didn't want that. So in the past, I had pumped my first few points into strength to get it up a little bit. Now, I'm not going to do that on this game. I'm going to try to play it close to the vest. Uh, See if we can avoid situations where we'll be stat drained and try to go with it on that way. So we'll see if it may come back to bite us, but hopefully it won't. Um, the key thing is I want to get to 38 on my intelligence, and that's going to be kind of tough. Probably won't be able to do it without items. I'm going to put as many points as I can into intelligence, and I'll explain why I want to be why I come up with the number 38 when that when we get to that. Let's see here. Okay. Um, I don't know if I learned my spell or not. May not have. Let's do that. All right. So confusion. Okay, now what confusion does works similar to sleep here, except it confuses the creature instead of sleeping them. Confusion is more powerful than our sleep spell, so it usually has a higher chance to go off. Um, takes like an extra spell point, however. In most situations, we want to use our sleep, but unfortunately, we wasn't able to get full power stab on that guy. Now that we've already used our sleep, he can't be slept for a few more turns. So what we'll need to do at this point is we'll need to confuse him. All right, so we're successful. So then we'll run back to the stairs. Okay. All right. All right. Now free stab. Okay. And if you remember from watching my previous episodes, I never remember to set my timer. So usually, at some point in the episode, I'll say, "Hey, I need to set my timer," and then I'll do that. I used to try to limit the episodes to an hour. If they go longer than that, there's a chance that the episode may be too big to post on YouTube, and I have to cut it in like 2 episodes. So I don't want to do that. Uh, let's see here. Okay, hit that dude. Okay. So let's go ahead and just confuse him from the get-go, since we may not have enough in the tank to take him out in one shot. Man, now when creatures are confused, they technically can still hit you. What happens is you're confused and you move for an attack. The game makes a roll, and I guess if you fail, then it moves you into a random direction as opposed to where you actually wanted to go. So there's that. So that's the first thing they have to get past. And then if their attack does actually get a swing at us, then I think they're at -6 on their chance to hit. Uh, the next thing we'll be working on is our evasion. So, and actually, we're going to start that now. So we actually have our stealth where we want it to be. We'll start working on our dodging now. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get our dodging up to 30. Um, 30 is actually, I looked on the wiki and did some research. At 30, the game starts using a step down formula to basically give you diminishing returns on your evasion. So you're not going to get as much out of it after 30. So that's a good place to stop as far as evasion. And 30 stuff doesn't hit you very much at 30. So you get hit every once in a while, but we're okay to take one hit usually, and then after we take our one, then we move on. So using the principle of you hit me once, shame on you. You hit me twice, shame on me. Okay, so So definitely gonna do that. Now, let's see here. And of course, the reason we want that is we want to be able to stand next to a creature and continue to cast our sleep spell because it doesn't always work. We have creatures confused. We don't want them to get a wild sling and actually hit us. Uh, that, of course, will happen from time to time. I'm not going to say it won't ever happen, but uh, we'll be able to handle the possibilities to where it's not happening very often. Okay, now yeah, 7 fruits. Let's see. Level 2. Okay. Alright, now before we move to level 3, um, you notice that I haven't been doing anything with my scrolls and potions. I'm going to hope here that I have a stack of Scrolls of Identify, and most likely that is going to be the stack with the most in it. So we have one with 2 with 3. So most likely one of those is a Scroll of Identify, and one is possibly a Scroll of Remove Curse. So let's go for that. Alright, that was the Scroll of Remove Curse. And that one's actually Scroll of Fog. Okay. So, we may not have too many Scrolls of Identify. Let's see if K is Scroll of Identify. No. A Scroll of Amnesia, but that's okay. We'll get rid of that Corona. Okay. Um, Alright. So that means we're going to have to identify these other 3 scrolls. Until you get identify, at least one identify. Scroll noise, that's junk. That's scroll of identify. Okay. And I'm going to guess that the fuming pink potions may be potions of curing, and they are. Okay, so we now know at least one item in our inventory that we can use if we get into trouble to cure. And we actually have 2 scrolls of fog. Scrolls of fog can be like something that we use in a tough situation. When we get to level 3, we'll possibly run into there's 2 creatures that can spawn at level 3 that can cause us issues. One is a centaur and one is an orc priest. So we want to be ready for that. Okay, so now that we've got that rolling, okay, and we're hungry. Alright, here's Shadow Trap. I mean, I'm glad they're getting rid of those Shadow Traps. I was looking at some of the updates as far as what they're doing with the new stuff, and it said they're getting rid of Shadow Traps. So I didn't much care for them anyway. What a Shadow Trap does is when you hit it, it summons like creatures that are based on the level you're on. So on this level, it's going to summon level appropriate creatures. But when you're like, you can hit the Shadow Trap when you're like auto exploring, and it'll go off, and the creatures will be like surrounding you. So that just kind of sucks. And there's no reason to fight the creatures anyway. They're summoned. You don't get any experience for them. So what I do in those scenarios, I just retreat back to the last level, rest for 100 turns. Now they're gone because they're temporary creatures, and then we go back and fight stuff we actually get experience for. Um, all right. Okay. Now back on track. And you notice I don't pick up everything. That's that altar of Zom, but we're not going to choose him as our god. So don't pick up everything because there's no way to sell stuff in this game. So there's no reason to carry things around if you're not going to use them. And the way the deity system works in this game is first you have to find your god's altar and pray at it, and then you can like start up with that deity. And there's several different types of deities that do different things. Oh, okay, we've pulled another amulet. Um, let's see what the amulet does. Amulet of Guardian Spirit. Okay, that's not too bad. Wow. Eyes of Draining at this level. Okay, Goblin with the anti-magic dagger. 3 Eyes of Draining. Okay, the Eyes of Draining. They can see invisible, so they're probably gonna wake up. Probably not gonna be able to get a stab on them. They have a better chance to detect me. I don't know how much damage they do. I'm going to look that up because I'm not 100% sure. I don't. You don't normally encounter Eyes of Draining until like later in the dungeon. Okay. They don't do any damage. They just drain your magic points. So. Oh no! Wait a minute. This says Draining Gaze. So that's all they do. Okay, alright, so that's basically free experience since they don't actually like do anything. Um, let's see if we can. Alright, so we weren't able to get any backstabs. I'm going to go down here. I want to have some magic points available to actually kill the stuff that is dangerous. Alright, I'll pick up that dagger, and that may be better than the dagger we have. Okay. Let's see what the anti-magic brand does. I'm sure, I know it's good against magic users, but I want to make sure there's no drawbacks to it. Because we're using magic. Let's see here. Anti-magic. Anti-magic brand causes weapons to interfere with the spellcasting of anything wounded by them. Monsters struck by these weapons gain a temporary spell failure rate, which rises as they take anti-magic damage but falls over time, while players simply lose MP with each strike. This effect works on anything that uses magic, including silence-proof targets such as demons and orbs of fire. Okay. Unfortunately, as long as you're building this weapon, your max magic points will be reduced. Okay, alright, so there is drawbacks. It reduces our max magic points, so, and I see that now. So that's a bust. Okay, so let's go back with our regular dagger. Um, I think we should be able to just melee. Well, okay, yeah. We should be able to just melee these guys because I don't think they actually have any kind of an attack other than draining your magic. Uh, okay, I'm going to eat fruit there. Okay, and they're giving us quite a bit of experience. So notice we gained 2 levels in our dodging skill. So I stated earlier, I think it's kind of a late game monster. Uh, so that's kind of I guess that's kind of a special thing for it to pop up on dungeon level 3. Let's see. All right. Now I do want to sleep this dude. So well, okay, that didn't work. Let's see if we can take him. Oh man, no. Um, all right, that's fine. Retreat back, get my magic points back. All right, I'll need to confuse him now since he's been slapped. All right, and now we can take this dude out for a lot of experience. Okay. Bam, it's another level. Alright, so we got a whole level off that guy. There, dodging went up to 7. Okay, intelligence. And there's one more of those suckers. Okay, that actually worked out pretty good. Oh, I see why they're there now. Yeah, Trog is against magic users. He's one of the deities in the game. And you noticed he had a goblin with an anti-magic weapon, and he had like three like eyes of drain. And so he stuff will spawn next to his altar that is opposed to magic. So that's the first time I've seen eyes of draining. But usually what'll happen sometimes is his altar will be there, and there'll be like a magic user, and he'll be like inside of like a cage, there'll be like a gate. And if you like view him, it'll say it's a magic user with his tongue cut out, and he won't have no spells listed because he can't speak. And then if when you get close, what'll happen is like Trog will do a cloud or something, and it'll end up burning him. And another thing I've seen is sometimes he'll have like a magic book that'll be close to him, and when you walk close to it, he'll blow up the magic book. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so it should be no problem. Okay. I woke up. Alright, let's see here. Okay, that got down. And got that guy down. Okay. Okay, Nimlix Zoba, that's another god. That's not one we're going to use. Okay. Now, at level 4, there's a temple that can spawn. It has like a name, but I can't pronounce it. And what the temple does is it basically opens a portal up to the temple, and there'll be several uh, shrines there. So hopefully the god that we want to follow will be at the shrine or at the temple. If not, we'll just have to try to find his altar somewhere, and we should be able to find the altar. I think level 9. I think all the gods are guaranteed. Well, most of them. There's a few that are considered late game gods. That might be okay. Look, I've got a magical cloak there. Okay. All right, +1 cloak. That's good stuff. I would like to find another ring. Let's see. So we have 2 scrolls of remove curse. We have a. Oh, we can drop that anti-magic weapon. I'm not going to use that. Okay. Okay, now the scorpions can poison, but we should be able to take him out through sleep. And the reason we're getting so hungry is we still have spell hunger. You'll notice that casting spells in this game takes satiation. Um, we will fix that. You can actually get that down to none, and we'll fix that here. The next thing that we work on after we get our evasion to 30. Wow. So I tried like 4 times to like fuse that guy. Didn't get it. Okay. get it. Man, that guy's not giving it up. All right, so we go back to the last level and like rest up. Okay. All right, finally. All right. Okay, we have an ogre. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a confusion. Whoa. Okay, get a dodge. All right, so we'll take our one and run back upstairs. He got a wild swing on us. Um, so that happens. But we can't risk getting a second one because he can do up to 30 damage on a swing. So what we'll do is we'll go back, we'll try it again. That's the good thing about Spriggan is if I had been playing with a regular character, I probably would have been dead there because I wouldn't have been able to run away from the ogre. So I would have, at the very least, I would have had to use a heal potion. Okay, here we got him. Okay, alright, so we won't be using slings. Actually, we do need to go ahead and learn our next spell. That will be Dazzling Spray. So if we do need a range attack, this gives us our range. And I don't know if we have enough for, well, okay, we don't have enough for enslavement yet. That's okay. Uh, that's another thing I saw there. We're getting rid of enslavement in the next patch here. So I don't know what was bad about it, but we'll use it for now. We won't be using it too often. It's kind of a situational thing. Alright, so we got some scrolls of identify. That's good stuff. Now, I use my identify scrolls mainly to identify potions. We can just read a scroll. I don't like doing that. The reason I did it till I determined like which scrolls were my identifies. Um, and then outside of that, because basically you waste a scroll, and it's just that. Let me see what those three scrolls are. That might be something. Scrolls of recharging. Okay, that's fine. So we have okay a little bit to work with. Potions of resistance. Okay. Now, potion of resistance would have saved me from last death on the character I was playing. I got killed by a fire dragon. So make sure I hold on to them. Alright, dodging at 10. I'm not sure what dodge needs to get to put our evasion at 30, but that's where we want to be. Okay. Another ogre. Confuse him. And hope he doesn't get a swing on us. Okay. Okay. Alright. So we should have enough food to get up to 30 on evasion before we have to fix our food. Okay, now this is usually a pretty good deity for like magic users, but it's not the one we're going to use. It's Sif Muna. What she does is, as you train her magic spells, you gain piety with her, and she can actually give you gifts of books. All right, so that's a good way to get spells. So she also gives you the ability to like forget spells. So if you find a spell that you decide you don't want no more, and I think she also gives you the ability to like get mana back with a channel ability. So not too bad, but not what we're looking for. Okay, so if we can like stab these guys. Nope. Okay, resist. It's fine. I think we got enough evasion now that, well, I thought we did. Okay. Alright, so we're going to retreat back to the staircase. Or, actually, okay, we don't have to go all the way back. Alright, well, hit those guys later, I guess. And he woke up. Okay. Well, man, I don't know. I don't get it. We're taking a lot of hits to be at 27 on evasion, so I don't quite get that. Um, I guess we're just not getting lucky. All right, 27. Okay. All right, done exploring that level. All right, so no temple that level. Move on down here. Okay, that's a one-way. So basically, I could go down there, but it was one way, so we will come back up. So I want to find a staircase proper. Okay. All right, some more food. That's good. Okay, well, I meant to cast a different spell, but it'll work out. All right, got him. Wow. Ice statue? Come on. Seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hitting a lot of stuff. It's like kind of really shouldn't be this early in the game. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to get close to that statue. That's it's apparently guarding Behemoth, which is a deity, but that's not the one we're going to choose. So that's fine. Just like avoid that. Okay. All right. All right. So we want to kind of be on the lookout for a dagger of protection. That would be my preferred dagger outside of an artifact dagger, which may pull eventually. But oh, okay. All right. So we found somebody's ghost. One of the cool things about this game, when you're playing on a server, the game actually, after when your character dies, it remembers your character, what level he was on, name and everything. And so then, either when you start up a new game or when someone else plays, they have a chance of encountering a character on that level. All right, so apparently somebody named Finer Miner died on this level. We're going to take a look at him because Player Ghost can be very powerful. Okay, so he looks dangerous. I mean, poison and negative energy. The poison and negative energy due to him being undead. Looks like he's a Formicid. Okay, you can see invisible and fly magically. Okay, now I want to see what our chance is of confusing him, as that's why we'll have to kill him. Uh, we should be able to run away. He should not be as fast as us, so I want to make sure I'm moving in the right direction. Okay, move right here, get close to that. Like, okay, we got him. Now let's hope he doesn't get a wild swing on us. confusion wore off. Okay, we got it again. All right, got him down. Okay. Okay, some more remove curves. I'm liking that. That's going to be key when we find our god. I have a lot of remove curve scrolls, so I'll explain that when we get there. Wow. Okay, that didn't work out. So I have one of them I slept. I slept the other one and moved in. They both woke up. All right, so we'll go with confusion. Okay. All right. 28. Okay, so we're almost to our evasion where we need it to be. Alright, there's another deity, but it's not the deity we're going to use. So, yeah, let's see, dodges 12. Oh, another ring. Okay, now do we have two rings? And we do have, no, we have one ring. Okay, we have two rings now. Okay. Ring of Magic Power. Actually, that's pretty good. It gives us more magic points. Okay. Alright, there's a unique. I don't know if I mentioned uniques yet. Um, Basically, they're more powerful than regular creatures. I think I've fought Block before. Not sure if he does anything super special. I guess better view him. Okay, he does cast spells. Okay, so he has Throw Frost, Haste, Magic Dart, Cantrip. Okay, so we're gonna try to confuse him from a distance here. Okay, must not have a good chance confusing him. All right, we finally got him. Alright, so we'll ignore that nude until we get like the most dangerous guy down, which we did, and now we'll take care of the dude. And that comes back to our evasion. So I needed to take care of Block because he could cast range at me, and I had that like nude over there like chewing on me. So fortunately, oh, and there's our temple with my evasion, almost where it needs to be. We had enough evasion to where we didn't get hit by the newt. Okay, come on, big money. Is that our guy? I don't think he is. No. Wow. Okay, so our guy's not here. Let me just verify that. Okay, alright, so I guess we'll keep looking. Okay, now, kill the Sky Beast here. You know, Sky Beast leaves a corpse. I didn't like go into this earlier, but for people that can actually eat corpses, they can use the C button and chop it up, and it'll make a chunk. You'll notice when we chop up the Sky Beast, it gives us mutated chunks. Okay, I couldn't eat them if I wanted to because Spriggan can't eat meat. But for other characters, it's something you may choose to do, may not. If you eat the mutagenic chunks, it'll give you some type of mutations. Mutations in this game work similar to corruptions in Adam. They can be good or they can be bad. In this game, it's not usually kind of a mix like it is in Adam. Sometimes in Adam, you'll get a corruption that might decrease one stat, increase another stat. So You know, it's good and bad. And this one, it's either really good or really bad. So I'm not going to roll the dice here on any of that stuff. One way I could try to get mutations is with a potion of mutation. There's also a potion of beneficial mutation, and that's fine. They guaranteed to give us a good mutation, so there's no reason not to take that. Okay, that's another altar, but it's not the one we want. And I have trouble finding those altars. Okay, alright, so we can't sleep undead. We would actually have to confuse them. Whoa. Is that, okay, it's just Crimson Imp. Okay, that's no trouble. We can handle Crimson Imp. Okay. I think we'll go. Man, Crimson Imps have a little bit higher magic resistance. I think we'll go with Confuse. Um, okay, let's see if we confuse this other undead first. They're not. Yeah, let's get back to a choke point. Alright, we got one of confused. Kill that dude. Um, let's see here. And we'll move back. Okay, inside those doors is probably going to be more creatures. What I'm going to do is I'll get this dude down. Okay. Alright, so we're going to move back to the staircase, get all our magic back. Okay. Okay. Alright, we got the Crimson Imp. Let me get him before he comes out of the confusion. Well, I wanted to, but didn't work out that way. Alright, got confused again. Maybe I can get rid of these like shit asses. Okay. Alright, there we got it. Okay. Good stuff. Now, so explore this level. Okay. We should find our temple by level 9, or our shrine rather. So, and I'd like to have found it earlier, but it doesn't always work out that way. Okay. Ooh, I see a book up there, so that book might make up for it. Let's go ahead and read some of our identifies. Check that potion out. Restore abilities. Okay, and check that one out. And heal wounds. Okay, heal wounds is good. Book of Enchantments. Okay. Okay, deflect missiles is going to be big. Don't think we'll need to use Takuma's Dance or Cause Fear, Silence. Deflect missiles and haste will be some utility spells. So that'll be some good utility spells. Deflect missiles, that's the more powerful version of the deflection spell, and I think that actually has instead of just a chance of you avoiding the missile, not only do you avoid it, it like sends it back to hit the attacker. And I think it even works on breath weapons as opposed to just missiles. I think it works on other stuff too. So that would definitely be a good spell. It's level 6, and it's not a school that we're working on right now. So we'll get to that later. Okay, him down. Alright, another potion curing is always nice. Take that dude out. down. Okay. Alright, so get a couple free stabs here. That's good. Alright, almost where we need to be. So we're dodging or evasion 29. Sometimes I end up finding like a ring of evasion or something to increase my dexterity or my evasion, and that helps me so I don't have to go all the way with dodging, but not the case this time. Um, and that's fine. Okay, the Crimson Imp. The Crimson Imp aren't too dangerous as far as actually like damaging us, but they're kind of annoying and they're kind of tough to kill as they have that higher magic resistance than most creatures at this level. So, okay. What type of dagger is just a regular dagger? Okay. Stab on him. It's Goliath Beetle. I guarantee we're not going to get. Uh, yeah, I didn't think we would have enough in the tank to take him out one shot, but we should be able to get him now. Oh, wow, two shots couldn't take him out. Okay, and we'll confuse him. Okay, so we'll need to work on our stealth skill, but for right now, so far the only thing we have problems with is the Goliath Beetle, so it'll be okay for now. Uh, Alright, okay, one more level. No temple or no shrine. So see if we get it on 7. Okay. Alright. Got our confusion off on him. Okay. Alright, so we'll get back to a choke point here. And one thing you'll notice is okay, apparently that guy must have got like slept at some point. I don't remember sleeping any of these guys, but because he wasn't being affected. Okay. So basically, the only way I have to avoid attacks for the most part is my evasion. My armor class is like crap, and it's probably gonna be crap for the majority of the game. Um, so that's why when it's important. Okay, all right, let's check these guys out. One of these guys is going to be a caster, and one's going to be like a fighter. I'll tell you what. All right, let's do it this way. All right, got a backstab on one of them, and now that guy's berserk. I did that last time. Saw those two. I backstabbed the wrong one. I think if you backstab, well, anyway, I think if you kill the magic user first, the fighter person goes berserk. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to. Okay. All right. Make sure I'm retreating in the right direction. I am. So as I retreat, I'm going to try to throw a confusion down. But I definitely don't want to get hit while I'm berserk. Okay, now that he's out of berserk, he's slower. Alright, so got the confusion off, and wow, it lasted one turn. Okay. Okay, alright, so we're going to have to retreat to the last level. Alright, so we got one of those guys. We'll get the other one. Uh, but ran out of magic points, so. Let's see if we can, like, get a stab on that guy. And we did, but we weren't able to get it done. Okay. Okay, made an error. Going to use potion curing. Okay. Okay. Alright, disaster averted. So that guy can hit up to 30. Uh, if he got his full 30, we would still reduce it by at least 1 point. But I think we might have been under 29 when we looked like I was going to have to possibly take a hit. So that's why I went ahead and used the potion of curing to make sure that I was above 30. And luckily, he did not hit us. So that worked out. In the future, I'll try to make sure that I back up correctly. Okay, it's got some kind of a unique. Oh, maybe not. It says human, so maybe not. He's got sheep. Wow, yeah, I really got to work on my backstab. And fix that. Okay, alright, we're 30 now. So take off dodging. Now we're going to go with spell casting, as we need to actually get our hunger down to where we can cast our spells without having a hunger cost. Okay, so that's our next order of business, and depending on what that's based off of your intelligence and your spell casting. So the higher your intelligence, uh, the the more faster your hunger go down. And there's actually a chart on the wiki that basically you can compare based on what your intelligence is and and remember now your spell stack has casting maxes out at 27, so your spells can only go up 27. All right, that's not the time that we wanted to run into her. Okay, we did get. Let's see if we can take him out. All right, we got him. That guy's not confused anymore. Okay. All right. So looking at the chart, which is what I did, I noticed that to get the highest level spell in the game that you can cast is level 9. So to be able to cast a level 9 spell with no hunger, you would actually have to have 38 intelligence, because what happens is you can only go up to 27 on your spell casting. So with spell casting at 27, that would require you to have 38 intelligence to back that up to put you at 0 hunger. All right, so that's why 38 is our mark. Um, Once we get to 38, we can cast level 9 spells all day long, and we won't have to worry about getting hungry. Apparently, there's also an item in the game that eliminates spell hunger, so we may get that, we may not. It's called Staff of Energy. Oh, and there's our god. Okay, Ashinzari. Let's take a look at him. While it seems inconceivable that the divine could be shackled, Ashinzari is just that, bound to the sky for eternity. The unbinding God is all knowing, all seeing. Divided worshippers are allowed to grasp strands of this knowledge and foresight, but be warned, to Yashinzari, power and blessing and curse are all the same thing. Okay, so this is how he works. Basically, to gain pity with him, you have to have items in your inventory that are cursed, and the more items you have cursed, the more pity you gain, and you just walk around with cursed items. So you're thinking to yourself, well, what the heck? Why would anybody want to do that? Okay, so he actually gives you some pretty good stuff. I think the first one that says bounty of knowledge is like what you get. Once we have, and the first thing he does is he will actually change scrolls of remove curse. He will, if you drop a scroll of remove curse and pray over it, he'll blow it up and he'll give you 3 scrolls of curse for various slots. All right, so we're going to do that first. All right. So he gave us a curse weapon and 2 scrolls of curse jewelry. All right, that will work. I'll pick that up just yet. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and read the curse weapon. Alright, so that curses. Wait a minute. Okay, this is capital E. Alright, so curse weapon, and we're slightly bound. Okay, we'll now read the curse jewelry, and I'll go ahead and hit the ring of magical power. Definitely not taking that off. Alright, and I'll ring another one. We'll go ahead and hit the amulet of guardian spirit. Alright, so we're moderately bound now, partially bound in magic. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pray again to get more. Looks like we pulled a curse armor, curse weapon. Okay. Alright, let's pray again. Okay, so we got 2 scrolls curse armor, curse jewelry, curse weapon. Alright, so that should be enough to actually like, oh wait a minute. Alright, should be enough to get us all cursed up. Alright, so I will go ahead and read another curse jewelry. Curse that. We're fully bound in magic. And we'll go ahead and read a curse armor for our robe. And then we'll read a curse armor for our cloak. Alright, so I'm now seriously bound. I think if I can get another slot going, which would probably be my buckler, that'll be everything. I won't be able to bind up any more than that. Now, as we gain penny, good stuff's going to start happening. I think starting off, this is unique. Miniker. Okay. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get our stab initially, but we're going to try to confuse him. Alright, we got him confused. I think he's a mummy, so he's going to do some kind of curse when we like kill him. Alright, and Ashinzari says, oh no you don't. And my guy curses himself. That's pretty funny. So apparently, like those, normally when you kill a mummy, it does like a curse, and it curses like one of your equipment. I don't think I had any equipment that wasn't cursed. Well, actually I did, but apparently Ashinzari like won't have that on his guys. So he like absorbs the curse. All right. Okay, so we have our orc priest. That's the first problem creature. Okay. The problem is he can hit me. I can't hit him right now. He has a line of sight attack. I'll see what it's called. Called smiting. And what it'll do is it'll say he praised his God and he gets smited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease over this way. Okay, that's fine. And we'll try to take out some of these guys. Make sure that he cannot see us. Oh, now that orc has a okay. Um, make sure that the priest cannot see us, and why I'm having such a hard chance. All right. Okay, I've got an open line here. I'm gonna try to confuse him. All right, got him confused, and the orc warrior hit me. We're gonna try to take out the priest. We don't have to worry too much about getting hit by the regular orcs. Our evasion will handle that. But the orc warrior can still hit us. Okay, now that we've got him down, let's go ahead and retreat and get our life back. Okay, so that smite attack is really powerful. It does 17 damage. It's unavoidable, so it doesn't go through your armor. You can't evade it. There's no way to resist it. Okay, so that's why we had to take that priest down ASAP. I'm going to go ahead and go down a different staircase. That way they don't get a free attack on me. Um, okay. Alright, that should get it. Go ahead and confuse him. Hmm. Okay, got him confused. Uh, Sleep that guy. Sleep that guy. And take this stick out. Alright. And hope he doesn't get a wild swing. Now, come out of the confusion. Now, I can still use the Red Curse Scrolls like I normally would to remove the curses on my equipment. When I use the remove, wow, why I'm not getting stabs on that guy or what the deal is. Um, and normally remove curse like removes everything that you have cursed. When your options are, what it'll do is he'll allow you to choose what you want to uncurse. So if I find better equipment, I can switch it out. I just have to make sure that I keep a lot of like scrolls of curse back, scrolls of remove curse. Because not only do you want to use a scroll to remove the curse, then I obviously want to use a scroll to put the curse back on. Okay, all right, so we got that lined out. Let's see here. I think our timer's about ready to run up, so I'm going to finish this level out. We've accomplished a lot here as we've got our god now. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's shop. Okay, man, that's suck shop. Alright. Uh, that's food shop, but oh well. Okay. So I guess if I do run low on food, I'm going to go back, get some. Alright. That guy down. Spellcasting 7. Alright, so we're almost hungerless. Let's see here. And we're done. Okay, so we got this level knocked out. Alright, so we made a lot of progress. We've got our deity now. Uh, we're almost approaching hungerless on our two spells. Um, let's see if I have. Oh, we have 14 levels. Okay. Alright, looks like I do have enough to go ahead and learn uh, enslavement. Um, and yeah, this. Okay. And get deflect missiles. Okay, leaving us at 4. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and save it up here. And in the next episode, we should be able probably to make it into Lair, which is the first dungeon branch. The cool thing about Lair is that everything in it is like beasts. So the only thing non beast that spawns is the uniques. Um, Based on the spells that we currently have, we should be okay until we get to the very bottom. There are 2 creatures that we won't be able to handle with our current spell set or spell set, and that's and I don't know how to pronounce their names. Something CAT something, Catalepinus or something, and the Death Yaks. The deal with them is their magic resistance is too high for us to sleep or confuse them. So we'll need to be on the lookout for either a 1 to handle that, 1 fireball may get it done, um, or new spell. Preferably our spell preference will be Prophetic Cloud, but we haven't pulled a book with that in it yet. So I don't think. Let's look over our enchantment here. No, nothing in here would actually help us. Okay. Alright, so in any event, we can possibly avoid those creatures if it comes right down to it and we don't have what we need by the time we get there. So that'll be what we're looking for. And then we'll just continue to develop our character until we get to there. That'll be our next, yeah, there's my button, there's my timer. That'll basically be our next test, is to see if we have what we need when we get to the bottom of the layer to be able to beat those creatures. Okay, alright, so see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.